Hey guys, welcome to episode number 2 of the Derby Cremate Live, and to start off this episode we do have the game against Swansea at home coming up, but before that we will go into the squad. And yeah, I think the general consensus from you guys was that we should be using Rooney, and I think it makes sense. I think in theory, like, we should have technically, I think, had him from the start of the season, but because of the way the MLS season works, obviously it ends at the end of November or something like that, so yeah, he's just going to have to stay there a little bit longer in real life. But yeah, I think, like, I won't overuse him. I think we'll still use Holmes and Marriott and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure where we should be playing. Should we play him right up front with his very good finishing, of course, or do we play him slightly deeper in a centre attacking midfielder role? Also, in between the two episodes, we added a few players to the shortlist. Obviously, we got a suggestion of Callum Chambers, who I think for the time being we won't sign. I don't think he'd want to come to the Championship, but when we do get promoted, I think he makes a lot of sense. Very similar to Bielik, of course. Yeah, we've got a number of players here, mostly youngsters, but I did actually add quite a few goalkeepers in between the two episodes, and we're just going to see what the scout reports come back on some of these. There's some very good players in here, and quite a few of them actually have buyout clauses in, so it makes sense. Maybe this, like, Diego Costa guy here, he looks quite decent. Obviously 19 years old and a £6.6 million release clause, obviously worth a bit. Same with this Farinez guy from the whereabouts, maybe the Colombian league or something, and also Danny Martin from Real Betis, but I think he may have just moved to the club. But then again, we could always wait till January to make one of these signings. Into the game then against Swansea at home. Obviously in real life we did draw this game 0-0, so if we can get anything better than that. Obviously we did drop points in the first game against... Interesting that Swansea have only got their home and away kit, but we've got all three kits. I'm not too sure why that is, but I'm not going to complain. We've got all three of our kits, so I don't know, do we just stick Rooney straight in? I think you kind of have to. What we'll do... Marriott didn't do too well in the last game, so what I'll do a bit of a move around. And I think we'll go for something like that. That makes quite a bit of sense. Obviously, Waghorn with the 2 goals in the last game. Rooney in behind, Holmes on the right. And yeah, we'll go with that. Here we go then. First game at Pride Park Stadium. Wayne Rooney ready to make his debut against Swansea City. A very different... I don't know, it's crazy. I still think, like, Rooney's going to play for Derby in a few months. It's pretty mental, and though, like, the stats are incredible, even his pace isn't that bad, to be honest. Like, it's not exactly like he's terrible, you know. He's still 65 pace with all those you know, attributes. It's just ridiculous. Like, you won't get a player of this quality in the Championship ever again. Like, England's leading goal scorer. And he's younger than Pablo Hernandez. That's another thing. Pablo Hernandez probably one of the best players last year, and Rooney's younger than him. So here's the Swansea City lineup for today's game. Bender in goal, Roberts, Wilmot and Harries and John at left back. Then we've got Fulton and Powlett in the midfield, Kalulu and Barry Mackay out wide, and then Evans and then Surridge up front. Obviously no Borja Baston, maybe he's transferred on the game or something, doing quite well for them in real life, but same formation. Obviously we should be winning at home with Wayne Rooney in the team. Alone with the ball there. Inside to Lawrence. Nice bit of skill. Lays it off to Rooney with the shot. Into the back of the net. Wayne Rooney with his first Derby County goal. Makes it 1-0. Does the knockout celebration. And that is the first of many, probably. It's gonna be a big contribution this year. It'd be crazy if we could get him the top goal scorer in the league. I don't think I've ever got that before in one of these career modes. I've never been the top goal scorer in the league. I don't know if I just distribute the goals a lot amongst a lot of people. So if he can be the one-man team, that would be great. Waghorn with the ball here. Can he go around the centre-back with the pace? Yes, he can with the shot. Off the near post, and that's half-time. A little bit of a shame. Couldn't get a second, but a decent first half. Obviously a decent outside-of-the-box goal from Wayne Rooney to kick off his account. Not too bad stamina as well. That was the only other thing that I was thinking. Does Rooney have the stamina for it? And I think he does. We'll have a quick look and see. 70 stamina is pretty okay. It's not fantastic, but it's, you know, Holmes has got 63, Waghorn's got 72, so he's about that ballpark. Swansea in the box here, very good chance. Roos has got to push through, and he's not, and he's gone through his legs and made it 1-1 in the game, 68th minute. I think it's the first shot for Swansea, which is a bit of a downer, of course. But yeah, we've had a number of chances that we should have put away to probably kill the game, but not being able to do it. As you can see here, good run inside, Malone just getting dragged out, and then I was kind of expecting a bit more from Calarus, I'm not going to lie. I think goalkeeper is probably what we need this window. Rooney on the edge here into Jack Marriott, first time shots, yes he can. Lovely little goal, Jack Marriott, that's what you need him for, just in the box, ready to score, and does do it, first goal of the season for him. Nice play from Rooney as well. I think that's the kind of link up, like maybe we go to a two striker with Rooney and Marriott, of course, but yeah, nice bit of play, just find him in the box, and second touch takes it and scores. Rooney intercepts the ball here, can Marriott go through here? Go on, first time shot, and he scored. That is Rooney passing. Maybe the defenders could have done a bit better, but Rooney's through ball there just to not quite like connect to the goalkeeper. Obviously the keeper could have come out and just collected that, but it was beautifully weighted, and Marriott with the ball through here. I kind of expected the centre back just to clear it first time, but yeah, great little volley from Jack Marriott. 2 goals in 2 minutes for him. Ball into the box, Roos should be dealing with that. Like that is that should be punched or caught easily, but the keeper's just not done anything with it. And I look like, I don't know. It's decent. It's a good run at the near post, but I just think the keeper should read that and probably do better. That's a goal that we shouldn't have really conceded, and that should be full time there. So yeah, we could have had an extra goal advantage, but nevertheless got the 3 points, exactly the same position as where we were in real life, with 4 points after 2 games. Into the game then against QPR in the Carabao Cup. Might need to use our alternate kit just because of yeah, that white and their away kit it's a bit of a clash, so we'll go for their blue and white hoops, and we'll go in our black kit, of course. Here we go then into the Carabao Cup game against QPR. We'll just see what kind of lineup they've gone for. We've made a number of changes. Chris Martin up front. We'll actually have a look on this other page. Chris Martin up front, Dow in behind. We'll give him a go and see how he does. Patterson and Bennett out wide. Wisdom, Curtis Davis, Clark, Hamer and Lowe in the defence. Then Bird and Evans in the middle. Obviously Clark the only one to pretty much stay in the team. I was really tempted to put Buchanan in as well, but I just thought I'd keep a little bit of stability. They've gone for a pretty strong team actually. They've got Jordan Hugill up front, Pick, Duncan, Smith, Owens, Osei, Samuel, Todd Kane, Hall, and Barbette, and Lee Wallace in the left back position, I think, and Lumley and goal. It's a very good team. It's probably better than ours, but we'll see how we do.
5 minutes he's played on his debut today.
Good little run there from Mason Bennett. Can he find somebody in the box? He's found Dow with the shot, and he's found the back of the net. We're just going to quickly reverse something, which I might have just done. Might have just subbed him off. Yeah, he wasn't really in the game, and obviously his stamina's not amazing. He's only got 52 stamina, which is like way lower than Rooney. Like Rooney, there's nothing wrong with Rooney. I don't think there's anything bad about him. He's a mile ahead in ratings compared to everyone else. I think I might just go Jason Knight just for the legs. I don't know if he's got... I look at some of these stats and I'm like, really? You sure about that? Chance here for Rooney if he can go around the defender. He's in the box with the shot now. Off the post. Can Dow... No, he's not quite got it. Not been too many chances in this game. It's been quite a deadlock, to be honest. There's not really been much other than the goal from Dow. And there we go, full time against QPR. We have won 1-0 and gone through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I think because we made so many changes, it was always going to be quite difficult to get the best of performances. Still a pretty even game. I'm just hoping that Rooney's not too disappointed he didn't start the game and gets all Mardy and then we have to sell him. Scout report here for Martin van der Voort. I think that's his name anyway. He looks quite decent. He's got, 63 rated at 17 years old. You think about the kind of potential that these players have got. Only a couple of days left on the other goalkeeper. We've got a few others as well waiting. I think this Odero guy's actually a little bit too good, 71 to 81. It's probably around about 75, 76 rated. Yeah, something like 65. We've got this Pontus Dahlberg here. He'd be about 66, 67. Drommel, I think I remember signing this guy years ago on the Derby career mode as well. And did really well, only 22 years old as well. But yeah, a few of these have actually recently signed, so we won't be able to get those. This Costa guy's an interesting one. With that kind of release clause, surely he's got to be towards that 70 mark. Same with this Farinas guy, maybe he's towards the 78. I think I'm going to take a bit of a gamble on one of these goalkeepers, just because, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of the risk. I think this guy, yeah, he's only just joined, so let me just quickly round these down to who we can actually sign, since a few of these are only recently signed, so we can't actually get them. Like at 17, this guy just seems like the right thing to do, 63 rated, even if, you know, we just leave him in training for a bit. I think, you know, we've got two stages of goalkeepers here, basically. We've got the youngsters at 17 or 18, then we've got slightly older ones at 22 to 21, which might slot in straight away. I think if you look at the other 17-year-olds that I'm scouting at the minute, they're like 50s, and this guy's mid-60s, so let's go and see how much Genk want for him. First time signing a player, of course we have got like nearly 9 million, so we could technically sign 2 goalkeepers. What we'll do, we'll go under his transfer value, just see if they accept it. Obviously he's only 17. They want a 1% sell-on clause. I'm going to be really stingy and say no. Yeah, but we'll put an extra 10k on. Sure, we'll accept that then, that's fine. That's the crazy bit of negotiating there done. But yeah, I don't see any negatives. Like for $500,000, it's not exactly much of a gamble. 54 goalkeeping position isn't exactly amazing, but as I said, I can just stick him in training for a while and get him up. Let's see if we can get this guy on a bit of a lower contract, just because he is so young. And if we do sign another goalkeeper, it looks like he does want rotation though. 5-year contract, very nice indeed. Like that is just ridiculous. I'm just going to remove the bonus and see if they accept that. And yeah, there we go. 400 quid a week wages for a 63 rated 17-year-old is ridiculous. I know he's not exactly the most amazing signing in the world, but like if I can get him, the thing is with Roos and Hamer, they're both like over 27, so they're not really going to grow in ratings. But as this guy's only 17, the very first signing, I don't see any negatives to this signing. Even if we could load him out, that would be something we could look at. I also realise we have got Johnny Mitchell. The only thing about him is he's only 6 foot tall, and I kind of like a tallish goalkeeper, because if they're too short, they just don't quite save anything. So let's list Johnny. I want to say he's still at the club, so we're gonna try loan list him. I could probably do with looking at some of these contracts as well. Obviously we've got these 3 on loan, plus Patterson, Chris Martin with 11 months left, Ketchiani with 11 months left. I think we'll transfer list him. Yeah, players like Bennett, Buchanan, Knight, Sibley. I think what I'll do in between the 2 episodes is just sort out some of those contracts and use some of that transfer budget that we do have, of course. Probably give Johnny Mitchell a new contract as well. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up this episode here. I think a couple of games and a few transfers, that's decent. We have got Stoke City next. Obviously did draw against them 2-2 in real life, and currently in the playoffs above Leeds United, so can't do much better than that. Let's see who's down at the bottom. Middlesbrough, Bristol City and Sheffield Wednesday. How lovely to see. Where's Forest? 7th. They're doing quite well. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy. Comment any more signings that we should be making. I think I will potentially, like, what I can always do is sign another goalkeeper and then sell Roos, or even just cancel Hamer's loan, something like that, because that's the only real position that I'm bothered about. Like right back we've got Bogle and Wisdom. Centre back we've got 50 million centre backs, got 50 million centre mids, and very good strikers like let's just sort this out, shall we? Shall we just put him in straight up there? Cool. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. We'll go into the next episode against Stoke City, and then we've got Bristol City, West Brom, Stevenage in the next round of the Carroll. See, that's the kind of team I want. I want a League 1, League 2 team, just to be able to use some of those 55 rated youngsters. Just trying to get a few points on the board before actually throwing in some of the youth, and then we'll start implementing that. Obviously, there's a few places that I can just start putting those players into the team and making it better. So yeah, hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.